And so the next big adjustment that's being made is the shift restriction. So basically, what's going on is they're saying that all four infielders need to be touching infield grass or infield dirt when the pitch is thrown, and you have to have two people on each side of second base. You can't have, like, say you have Justin Turner going into right field repeatedly in game 4 of the World Series in 2020, because that only happened 18 times. You can't have that anymore. You have to set your lineup before an inning because you can move Justin Turner to second for that inning, but then you also have to move your second baseman to third for that inning. So what this does is it brings back BABIP pretty much. It just meant to increase the amount of balls in play with the likelihood of getting a hit. Because you know how many times that you've seen one of your best hitters get a line drive up the middle and it's just a routine ground ball to someone sitting right there, and it's frustrating. Are you guys in support of the shift restriction?
I, I'm in support of it, but I can also see the other side of it. Like I think it'll be good because it'll give the game more action, in my opinion. Getting more hits is more fun for the audience. I mean, unless you love pitching. So I think it'll bring more excitement, which is I think this whole just the whole changes in general. But I can also see that, it's getting rid of a big thing in baseball, which is, the shift that's always been in the game.
For me, it's more of like I dislike it from the aspect that it feels like they're taking away kind of the strategy of baseball, which they've already done by getting rid of or the universal DH. But from the aspect of a growing business, it makes more sense, right? Because again, they do want more action, they do want more offense overall. So I like it from that perspective. So you said, but I want to clarify one thing. You said that four infielders must be touching dirt. Does that mean their whole foot must be touching dirt, or if their toe is on the dirt, does that count?
They have to be within the outer boundary of the infield. So that means their whole foot has to be enclosed by the infield dirt.
Okay.
Or in like Roger Center situations, like it has to be like within the chalk or whatever.
Okay.
I
Um,
I think I don't think I have to look at stats to say this. I think we should see a noticeable, if not significant, increase in batting average because of this. Um, I mean, because Brad, you talk about batting average, batting average with balls in play. Um, it more balls are going to drop, more balls going to go up the middle. Those pull hitters who are going to yank like between first and second or between shortstop and third, those pull hitters will have more of an advantage now. And like Stebbs and Aiden have mentioned, offense gets views, and it's better for baseball as compared to defense. Defense is an art for me at least. I love watching defense, but a lot of fans don't appreciate it as much. So I think that kind of banning the shift will kind of eliminate a slight aspect of defense while also just ballooning the offense, just making it grow exponentially.
so I kind of have one argument against the BABIP is that BABIP is an extremely high variance situation. So it can happen where one season you have a 268 BABIP and the next season you're at 338. Sometimes it's random chance. And I don't think the shift not happening takes away random chance. I think that there's going to be situations where the balls will now go through, especially for those lefty pull hitters. But I don't think it completely diminishes the random ability of BABIP. And there's also the idea of that you can put the shortstop 2 feet to the left of second base, and he's still on the other side of second base. You just can't be on the right side, and you can't have him touching the outfield grass because you can still set up a new form of shift. It just can't be the same type of shift it was last year.
And I think we're going to see that actually a lot where teams are right like next to the bag, but they're basically up the middle. So, it'll be interesting to see what teams do that and what teams will actually just, stay on, 10 feet away from the bag. But Tom, go ahead.
Yeah. And you mentioned like not a big difference, Brad, but the reason that the teams would shift in the first place was because statistically these batters were more likely to pull. So without that there's a reason for everything that they do. And there was a strategic part of baseball that is now not in the game anymore. So if they are statistically more likely to pull the ball, then having two defenders on that side of the infield will obviously lead to more hits. So I think it won't be like this massive increase, but it will definitely be noticeable. Like I think we'll definitely see a big increase, especially in those pull hitters.
I'm gonna say like at most like a 5 point increase in league batting average because
Oh.
there's still the fact that they have to hit the ball. A lot of BABIP variances account for like stray fly balls, weakly hit line drives, or just line drives that land in front of an outfielder, right? You had like obviously over the past couple of years, the deep line drive into right field that one hops to second baseman, that's gone. Like thankfully that's gone because that should not be an out. But there's still going to be the situation of the ground ball up the middle getting fielded by the shortstop who's positioned 1 foot to the left of second base. It's just going to be the hard hit balls are going to get more rewarded. And I don't think that the soft hit balls are going to be as rewarded because normally those soft hit balls that landed were in situations where players were not where they normally would be.
Okay, I'm just kind of curious what you guys think on this. What do you think? Who do you think is like the top three, if not like top one batter that will kind of benefit from this shift ban?
I mean, I know the answer to the situation.
I think we're
Yeah.
going to-
It's Corey Seager, Kyle Schwarber, and Anthony Rizzo.
And probably Joey Gallo. You could probably
I would
include Juan
say
Soto
Joey
too,
Gallo.
but I mean, yeah, like a
You
lot
got
of
to
those
make
left-handed
contact
batters.
first, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hard.
I feel like
But-
Soto's gonna be a big one. 'Cause doesn't he hit I mean he pulls obviously, but he hits it
Pull.
like up the middle a lot too, no?
The issue with
pulls
Soto
to
last year was that
middle.
his BABIP was just ridiculously low.
Yeah, because he popped
Uh,
up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
an adjustment that he can make
his
next
launch
season. I
angle.
honestly predict that he'll be a lot better next year.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
And
I
everything,
think
like-
it
I
was
mean,
just a
yeah.
change.
Everything with
it was
Soto
everything.
pointed in like he was very good last year. He just got
Yeah.
screwed by BABIP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, and that's an above average season for anyone else except for Juan Soto. So I mean that you're gonna see again next year that he is still Juan Soto. So
Yeah.